Hi guys, welcome to a new video. In this video I will tell you about my experience of getting the new 41mm Rolex No Date 124060. This is a 2024 watch. With so many stories about getting a Rolex, I wanted to talk about my experience about getting one and the waiting time. In here, as you can see, I have the original box from the dealer. It comes into this gorgeous green here. This is how it looks like. With so many stories about getting a new Rolex going around lately and in the last years, I want to talk about what was my experience to get my Submariner No Date, how much I had to wait for it, and what I have went through to finally get this watch. I want to make this video in 4 chapters. Number 1 is the waitlist story. Number 2 is the waiting game. Number 3 is how I got mine and what to pay attention to. I will tell you at the end exactly what worked for me. And number 4 is the collection. Now I will show you a bit the watch. This is how it looks like inside. This here is a gorgeous smelling suede leather. So this is leather. This seems to be some sort of a wood, or at least with some vinyl on top. You have the watch in here and it closes like this. And yeah, other than that, it's quite a normal box. In here you will have the warranty books. You don't get any more like your name on the warranty. You only get this date. So I have the date, and then with this on a Rolex app I can see what are the details of my warranty. One link which the seller gave to me like this, guys, not even in a little plastic bag. I will get to this a bit later and tell you how this was. The number 1 is the waitlist story. As you might know, if you go to a dealer, be it a multi-brand dealer or wherever you go, in my case, I live in Germany. Around my area, so Düsseldorf, Köln, which are like official distributors of Rolex and so on, I have visited a few dealers. I can say that the experience has been horrible. And I would not go through such thing again ever. Even in Bucherer, which Rolex purchased the chain Bucherer, I was treated like I came there to collect the post or something. I wasn't even invited to sit down on the chair, to discover the models. I said I'm interested in like a sub. And they said that was around 3 years ago. They said, we don't have the models here. We cannot show you much right now, but even if we show you, you shouldn't have any kind of hope that you will ever get one, because we have hundreds of people on the lists. And to each dealer I've been to Düsseldorf, I've been in Dresden to the Rolex official distributor. Literally, they were laughing at me. How do I have this audacity to even go and inquire about Rolex? Don't I have something better to do than use their time to inquire about this? So as you can see, this is a wonderful, classy, good-looking watch. So the sub has been always kind of into my radar, and I like very much the sub No Date because it has very beautiful symmetry and it's like a really beautiful piece of horology for me. So knowing that I want one and I can afford one and I would like to get one like a normal person going into a shop to get one, the waitlist story for me was absolutely horrible. I don't know if in today's time it's the same. Most likely it is. I will come to that later. But when I wanted to purchase a watch and I went to dealerships, they were laughing into my face, kind of like, you want a sub? Are you crazy? And I didn't went to like, I want Daytona, GMT2, GMT Master 2, God forbid. So chapter number 2, the waiting game. After I got myself on the list in few places, I kept contact with the ones where I felt that I was treated better. So I was sending a message now and then. I've sent like Christmas wishes to the whole shop and say, hey, I'm still interested in that sub No Date. kind of I kept myself in the memory of the shops, not all, where I thought that there might be more chances, because where they kind of were laughing into my face and made me feel like the village idiot because I dared to go into their shops. I don't want to have anything to do with those people anymore. Yeah, I even called and say, hello, I'm Razvan, the guy who has interest for the sub. If there is any opening or opportunity about it, please know that I'm still very interested in getting this watch. One shop in Düsseldorf even has a system when they put your telephone number into a program, and each 5-6 months you get an SMS. If you still have interest in getting a watch, reply with yes. And I have also replied with yes all the time, but that brought absolutely nothing. I am in their system, and we are over 2 years since I have put myself on that wish list, and I still got no contact from those people. So even with this kind of do you still want it and so on follow up, it's not bringing so much. Yeah, the waiting game, it's quite difficult, and if you're not a patient person, for sure you will go to look around. So I have been to some dealerships to check the two-door Black Bay, which I like it very much, and I think it's a gorgeous watch. I tried Seiko Prospex because it has almost a similar way of looking like this one, but none of them are a sub. And if I want a sub, then I would like to have a sub. You can be happy with the next best thing, let's say. But anyway, in my case, the waiting game was quite light because I am usually a patient person, and the instant gratification, at least in the Rolex game, doesn't work. The chapter number 3 is how I got mine and what to pay attention to. In Germany, multi-brand ADs, so authorized dealers, they treat you the worst. I don't know if it's something about me, maybe my face is not inspiring purchase power, or if this is universal and they act like this with everybody. But like the moment I arrive into a multi-brand AD, and I say, look, I would like to try a Rolex, or I would like to express my interest in getting a Rolex, they laugh at me, and I get up to 8 years or even more. You need to wait. We have, in German it's called Vorbestellungen. So we have intent of purchase up to 700, 800 people for each of the models. So if you want, we can put you on the list, but I have no hopes for you. This is what I got literally in each of the multi-brand ADs. And some people which are a bit more motivated, like some sales people which are a bit more motivated to make a sale, actually, they might even say, you know, we also have some other nice models if you're interested, maybe some Omega or maybe some two-door and so on. This is a very hot topic, how they are doing it, because it can be perceived as a tie-in business. Tie-in in economy means that you kind of are pushed into making further purchases in a dealership in order for them to kind of give you an advantage to get yourself the Rolex you actually wanted. So the power and the attractivity of a Rolex watch has become such a marketing factor also for other brands in this multi-brand ADs that basically you get all the time, okay, nice, you want a sub, but you know, this Omega Speedmaster, it's also nice, and you know the history and so on. So in few words, I avoid entirely multi-brand ADs, which are also Rolex distributors, because it's kind of like a broken disc all the time. We are too overwhelmed with requests. You should not think at getting one anytime in a lifetime. We will bless you with putting you on this waiting list, but you can expect nothing, sorry. The way I got mine is I had the following argument into my mind. If you go to a multi-brand AD, they will usually either try to sell you something else, like these tie-ins or like some jewelry, or maybe you get a two-door Black Bay or a two-door Black Bay 58, which are great watches. If you look on the eBay or like these classifieds, in Germany it's called Kleinanzeige, you will see a ton of two-door Black Bays. And that tells me that a lot of people who went to these dealerships want to express their interest for a Rolex, they have also purchased some Black Bay from Tudor in order to kind of sweeten their way into getting their favorite watch. I don't really appreciate and I don't really like. So in my mind was, wait a second, where can you go and you will not have this AD experience which is trying to tie you in with some other deals, and then maybe will bless you with a Rolex. The Rolex Boutique. If you go to a Rolex Boutique, they sell only Rolex. You cannot go there and they will say, okay, maybe if you buy something else, we'll bless you with a model at some point, because they only sell Rolex. So I have been to a Rolex Boutique in Germany. I will tell you at the end when I have been there, how much I paid for the watch and how much I waited. So I'm just telling you right now how I got mine. My premise was that I will go to a boutique, express my interest, and luckily in the Rolex Boutique, they also have all your models. So like if you are interested in a model, you can try it in the boutique because obviously it's a Rolex Boutique. I have tried this gorgeous Sub No Date in a boutique. It was awesome, and then I said, okay, that's the watch for me. I like it very much. The symmetry is perfect. So now we are at chapter number 4, the collection. I collected this watch in this weekend. Now I'm recording this in the weekend. I want to share with you how the collection went. So this is my experience with my first Rolex. Of course, when you are thinking about Rolex, you think about prestige, you think about something superlative. Yeah, everything starts with a call on a Thursday morning a few weeks ago, when I literally even forgot that I had my interest put for a Rolex anywhere. The fact that I'm called from Rolex Boutique was the last thing on my mind that it might happen, but it happened. And there was a kind lady telling me, hey, your desired watch is there. Please let me know if you're still interested in getting it, and so on. And of course, if I already forgot about it and went ahead with my life, I wasn't in that state of mind, oh my God, the Rolex is there. And I was like busy in a meeting, and I said, okay, thank you. I'll call you later, and we discussed the details. The Rolex Boutique have been spotless so far. My presumption that if you go to Rolex Boutique you will get a better experience has paid off, and it's true. But this Rolex Boutique is in another city, because when I put my name down for the watch, we were living in another city in Germany. So we arranged with them, after I made the payment, to ship the watch to a closer boutique to us, because they have many branches. Not all of them are Rolex exclusive. I went to collect the watch on Friday. I was, of course, like you get a very expensive thing which you have waited for it so long time. So like my first Sub, my first expensive Rolex, no? I was very excited about this. Hi guys, so now I'm ready to go to pick it up after the long wait. Look where I am, next to the Köln Cathedral. I am quite thrilled, must say, and let's see how it is. This is on my way.
You were still together
with my wifey. When I went to the boutique, it was a mega flop. The excitement that I had and the happiness to go and pick up my watch have been not justified, because the experience in the multi-brand authorized dealer branch where I picked up the watch was really horrible. I will now tell you how that experience was, so that this maybe help you in the future either to tone down your expectations and kind of to know what to expect, or maybe I was unlucky. I went there with my beautiful wife and she also makes an impression, let's say. So we both went there. The wifey and I got offered drinks by a very nice lady that worked at the bar in this branch. And there was an older salesman which was very bored and neutral, kind of like, now I need to speak with you, like. And we did not felt appreciated as clients at all. We were more tolerated in that shop rather than welcomed. He was trying to expedite us fast. I kid you not, even possible if I wasn't more chat, it was even possible to simply just put the watch into a bag and I signed that I picked it up and kind of there you go. Because it is what it is. I have my gorgeous watch in here, but there is still a lot to say. When we got there, it seemed that all the salespeople were busy with clients. A man man between 40 to 50 or even older, I guess, who seemed to be the store manager, was very impolite with another member of the staff in there, right in front of us. He didn't say hello. He didn't greet us in a way or another. He didn't even smile a bit to kind of make us feel welcomed into that place. And then the ID, he did not try at all to upsell us another watch. Guys, I went there to pick up a quite expensive Rolex watch that meant for them nothing, or for this sales guy. He didn't try to say, guys, maybe you're interested in another model, maybe you would like another Rolex. I hear stories from other people who pick up their watches, like the dealers actually say, you know, I would have something available and maybe you are interested in a Datejust or something. Nothing. I told him I'm interested in a Tudor Chrono, some other watches, and I would like to know what are the options for maybe a GMT2, Master 2, the Pepsi, or the Batman, or even the newest one, the one with the black bezel. And I kid you not, he almost rolled his eyes and said, really? No chance in hell that you get another Rolex. He didn't say like this, but his attitude, and he was like, you know, we have 700-800 people already on this list for the models and we only get a few, so I don't even know how to give you a timeline when you will be able to get one. And I was like, I tell you guys, I felt that I'm in the wrong movie. So my pickup experience, so picking up, collecting my watch, had absolutely nothing with luxury. I kid you not, when I go sometimes to pick up my pizza order from the local pizza guys, they are more excited to see us that we go to pick our pizza rather than these guys who were client which paid for a watch. And another thing, I don't know, like if it's just me, I was unlucky with this situation, or usually happens like this. So we bought some other watches up to now, so not so expensive, but we bought Tissot, we bought Longines. The persons from those shops, they were putting the extra link that was removed so that the watch can be adjusted to my wrist in a little plastic bag and then in the box. Guys, the guy from Rolex removed it and just put it like this, not even in a plastic bag, into the box. And it's not the end of the world, but that was put under the watch. And when I put the watch into the box to kind of transport it further when we left, it scratched a little in here. If it was in a plastic bag, this tiny scratch wouldn't happen. So I hear stories that in some place you get a pouch, you get a pen, you get a travel pouch from Rolex, from a dealership. That was even not the case. The only positive I have to say about this branch, closer branch to where we live, is that they have there a lady employee, a lady working. She was nice. She was very polite on the phone. She called me to tell me when the watch has arrived and that I can go and pick it up. She was as someone working in a luxury dealership should be. So this lady from this branch did her job very well and she was really cool. But other than that, the whole collection experience was horrible. I see from YouTube analytics that a lot of people are watching from the US, from Canada, from UK. I do hope there you have better service from the Rolex dealers. But for the ones who are watching maybe from Germany, I tell you guys, I will avoid this branch like it's the plague. I will stay in contact with a very nice staff from my Rolex Boutique, which actually helped me with this. Actually, that lady gave me some hope about a possible GMT2 Master 2 in the future. I have picked up my new 41mm 2024 Rolex No Date. So like I'm a person who is into watches. I have a tiny collection, but I like watches. I'm not a flipper. I didn't bought this one to put it on chrono and sell it for a little profit. Even then, in the shop, there was not one chance that he would give me a little of hope. So literally I left that place with no hope whatsoever in getting a new Rolex, and knowing what the Rolex dance means these days and what you need to do and present yourself like an interview and kind of allow them to bless you with the possibility to spend $10,000-$20,000 in their dealership. That's just ridiculous. After all these chapters, now let's go to the conclusion. Now I will tell you how much I waited and how much I paid for this watch. I got myself on the list in the Rolex Boutique, so a Rolex Boutique which sells only Rolexes, in December 22. It was a Christmas time. I remember I was there with my wifey and we got in right before they closed the shop, so we literally left when they closed the shop. We were received by a very nice and knowledgeable lady which worked there, and she presented to me all the watches. She had a very friendly attitude. She didn't told me, don't even think about desiring a watch because you'll never get it and so on. So she was nice, friendly, and as this watch is proving right now, helpful. So she was really different from all the other multi-brand ADs where you go and they kind of laugh into your face. How do you dare to even want to give us 10,000 euro, you poor? So I put my name on that list, expressing interest for a no date on December 22 at Christmas time. And the call for the watch came in September 24, 1 year and 8 months, let's say, of waiting time. When we got into the shop, this watch was 8,600 euro. When I picked it up, I paid 9,350 euro. So Rolex adjusted their prices to inflation. The Swiss franc is also stronger than the euro or the dollars. So of course the prices of the watches are in Swiss francs and then converted everywhere in the branches. It's 750 euro more than when I got it. Even if I would have looked on the gray market 2 years ago to pick up my no date, it was still 14,000 euro or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Even with the increase in price, I'm still better than if I would have purchased this watch from the gray market. So from this regard, I'm okay. The watch is very nice and sits very well. It has this nice system to regulate it in here, and it sits very nice on the wrist, and it's very gorgeous even to look at it, and the symmetry is very good. This is like a symbol of quality watches, let's say, the way the Submariner looks, if you ask me. But I don't feel a bigger boost of joy or a boost of luxury and whatever you might call it compared to when I'm wearing my Longines Conquest, or if I would have a Tudor Black Bay, or maybe I would have a Longines Hydro Conquest. So it is a tool watch. No, that's the Rolex Submariner. It's a professional tool watch which looks great, it's built great, and to be honest, the bracelet is not so much better than the bracelet from my Longines Conquest, which costs 10 times less almost. I'm very thrilled about it, and I like the fact that I can now wear my favorite Rolex on the wrist. Another point in the conclusion is that I know that many things are right now in the world very complex and we are living very, very shady times, but something is very off, something is not right. If you go to a place, to a dealership where you pay 10,000 euro for a luxury product, because this is a luxury product, I could simply just look into my watch to see the time, and apart from telling the time, it doesn't do much. So it's telling the time, it's a time piece. So you go there, you pay $10,000 to a dealership. This purchase makes you feel good when you do it, but you go to the dealership and they make you feel poor. So like the guy giving you the watch makes you feel like you must prove your worth to them. And I saw in a documentary that like a Chinese lady, a young lady from China went to a Cartier shop or Chanel, I don't remember, Cartier or Chanel shop in Paris, and the sellers treated her very bad. She got offended and then she returned to the shop and said, you treat me bad, I will then spend 25,000 euro in your shop to show you who am I. And yeah, on one hand you could say, okay, I showed them that I'm worth all this money, but in the same time they made the 25,000 euro sale. So I think something is not really okay in the world we're living right now, when a luxury purchase, instead of giving you an experience that you will talk to your grandkids in years to come, how awesome was when you went to pick up your watch, you're basically treated like poor. They expedite you like you are just picking a kebab. You need to prove your worth to the seller so that he can bless you with some more information in which he will actually say, you know, no way in hell you're getting another Rolex from us. If anyone from the management of Rolex is watching this video, guys, this is affecting your brand big time. I am a hard-working person. I didn't got born into Downton Abbey with like tens of millions of inheritance. So I'm working for my money, and if I make a purchase like this, I also expect something in return. From this branch didn't came anything, so literally nothing. So now to end this quite a long video about my Rolex experience, I will not go through this experience again under no circumstance. So now I have my favorite watch, but if I would be to go again through this Rolex dance, go to dealerships, smile, be extremely polite with nobody who didn't do anything for me and they didn't prove that they are friendly enough so that they can have me being friendly enough with them in return, no, I would not do this again. And for me, Rolex lost its appeal. So I have now this one, and this watch will most likely stay in the family until the day I die. I like the GMT Master 2, like I said. The guy from the branch gave me no hope about it. I am positive that if I go to any other multi-brand they will tell me the same story, that Rolex are so overly requested everywhere that I will never be able to have a GMT Master 2 on my hand. And honestly speaking, that watch cost 11,000 euro in the dealership, and if you look on Chrono24 where you can find a GMT Master 2 used or like as new, but it's not from dealership, it's 14,000 euro. So I was even talking to my wife, if eventually one day I really want a GMT Master 2 and I didn't got my call from the Rolex Boutique yet, I will just pick up one from the gray market, and that is it, game over with authorized dealers for me. In the last line, I will say that I will from now on look into other brands like Omega. I went into Omega shop in the airport in Zurich. The staff in there, they were super polite with me. They were super nice, open to show me all the watches I want. We could even discuss about models which are hard to get. And like, guys, when I went to Omega, look, I even have goosebumps. They treated me like a valued customer, and this thing I didn't felt when I pick up my Rolex. I did felt it when I went to the Rolex Boutique, to be fair. Omega, GLC make wonderful watches, and even if they have raised their prices in the last time quite a lot and they are not so much value for the money like they once were, I still think GLC are doing extremely good looking watches, and they are available. You go to a shop, you say, I want this Polaris, you pay the money, so like they make you the invoice, you give them the credit card, and you leave with your Polaris. You don't need to make the dance of GLC and maybe they bless you with a watch in 3 years. GLC and even Vacheron Constantin, I think they do awesome watches. The design is spotless, the finishing is spotless. I like, I don't remember the name of that. It's around 20,000 euro, 20 something. I like that one very much, and maybe sometime in the future I will get one of those. I know that there was a time when you had to put yourself on the wish list, but now they even sell below retail price. So with Rolex, unless I get my call from the Rolex Boutique about a GMT Master 2 in the next months or years, I think it was a one-night affair. I got this one and no other. So thank you very much for watching. This has been quite a long video. Please let me know in the description what is your experience with Rolex ADs, with picking up your Rolex from an official dealer, and I hope to see you soon on the channel again. Thank you very much for watching. Bye guys.